Welcome to Positive Energy with Crystals. My name's Hillary, and today we're going to continue our crystal grid setup. I have to say, I've been a little frustrated trying to figure out this part of explaining things. It's a little confusing, and everybody has their own opinion on the correct way that you have to do it. They have their own rules and way of doing things, and it's frustrating. And I now remember this is the part that when I was working with crystal grids before, that I got so frustrated on. And this is the part where a lot of people will turn to like Pinterest and Instagram for ideas, and that's where you get really, really frustrated because it's, you look at all those pretty beautiful layouts in the pictures on Pinterest and Instagram, but in order to do that, a lot of time you have to buy a lot of crystals, and that's not the point. You shouldn't have to buy a bunch. You should be able to use what you have to a point. There's sometimes that you may want to buy either like specific crystals or like to stay in this symmetricalness of it. And we'll get to that part here in a little bit. But to get ready for this video, I did research. I watched some other videos. I read some books, and it was frustrating and confusing because everybody has their own way, and everybody says this is the way it has to be, and they're all lies. So, to a point, I guess, I'm going to show you how I feel drawn to do it. From using the layout, what to use on it, and all that. So first of all, let's do a recap because we've had a lot of new subscribers since we started this series, and thank you very much to everybody that is subscribed and all the new commenters and likes. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to do a prosperity grid. I chose the Seed of Life for the layout, mostly because I like it. And it's kind of a simple layout. We'll have our center, and there's not a whole lot of lines to fill in. I can if I want to, but if I want to do just a very, very, very simple one, Seed of Life, it'll work for that. So then I chose my clear quartz generator for the center. Now, I didn't write my intentions down or draw sigils or anything like that, mostly because I'm not exactly sure where I'm putting my crystal grid yet. For all you new people, I live in a camper, and there's me, my husband, and my dog, and so it's kind of a tight fit. A crystal grid needs to be somewhere where you're not going to bump it. It's not going to get knocked over. You can still see it every day, so I don't want to hide it in a closet somewhere, which are all full anyway. But so it needs to be where you're going to see it every day and think about your intention. And I'm not exactly sure. I kind of have an idea. After I record this video, I'll see if it works. But I didn't want to write stuff down because and put it like a paper under the center crystal, because if it's on there, with a piece of paper, this kind of gets a little tippy, and I didn't want that getting moved around. You can put the piece of paper underneath your crystal grid, like on your countertop or table or whatever, because I'm going to end up moving mine. I didn't want that to get messed up too. So that's why when I go to charge it, I'll focus really, and I'll explain that. I'll focus really hard on the intention, and that'll work. I used to, when I did them before, I'd write my intention down, put it in the middle, and put my crystal on top. Actually, I think I put it underneath. Anyway, so now it's a crystal grid, so you're going to use crystals. So these are the crystals I pulled out to use. I've got Tiger's Eye because it's really good. I didn't use my light because I wanted my camera in a different position. I couldn't have them both, so I make sure you can see it really good. So Tiger's Eye I use for manifestation work. I really like it for that. It's good luck. It helps set goals that are attainable. And let's see, I got little pieces of citrine. I don't know if you can see it very well. Yeah. Citrine is good for manifestation, prosperity, good fortune, and success. And let's see, green adventuring. It is lucky. It's a gambler's stone, good for when you go gambling. It attracts a great position that you need for a job, and it's good for opportunity. And let's see, carnelian helps with opportunity and luck, and it's good for motivation, and it's also good for, oh, I already said good luck. Let's see, what's having good? Pyrite, I've got these little pieces. Try to see it there. Pyrite's good for abundance, attracts good luck, guides you towards success. It helps with motivation and manifestation. And then I also pulled out selenite because it's good for decision making, protective, and it'll help charge the crystals too. I also brought out some clear quartz. I didn't list the jade. Jade is good for prosperity. It's good for good luck, and it's also good for protection too. And let's see what else. I think that's, I have a green quartz here, but I only have one piece, and I'll explain here in a minute why I probably won't use it. Okay, so put these all back in here just so I don't lose them. Also, you can bring in other stuff like herbs and maybe some trinkets, stuff like that. I'm going to bring in some cinnamon sticks for prosperity and some star anise. Let me see if I can get where those pieces are. I want ones that are, here we go, that really have the star shape. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that one out. And that one, oops, dropped one on the floor. And that one's a good star shape. All right. So, the layout. So now remember, we're using sacred geometry to help bring all the properties of all the crystals and herbs and whatever else you're using. So to go along with that, I think you should kind of stick with symmetry. Now, you can choose like 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be using 3, but let me show you. Like if you had 4 tiger's eye, well, see, that doesn't look right anyway. And then from there, you pull off. From there, you use 3 jade. It's going to look weird. To me, going with the sacred geometry, I feel like you need to stay kind of symmetrical. So, let's see how we go like this. So there's 3, 3, and we go out here and we do 3 and 3. Another thing is in that, so if you don't have, like if I didn't have 3 jade, but I had 2 jade and this green quartz is similar enough. It's got enough, whoops, sorry. It has enough of the same properties as jade that it's going to put in the same or similar properties, energy. And so to me, I feel like that's close enough. You know, I'm not going to go spend money to get another piece of jade when the whole purpose of this grid is prosperity. And if I go spend a bunch of money on crystals that I don't have just to make it look, you know, yes, this one's darker than the other two, but it's got the same properties. It'll be fine. Another one is if you're missing a crystal, you can substitute in a clear quartz. A clear quartz looks completely different. It has a lot of different properties, but you can program a clear quartz to act like a jade or act like a tiger's eye or act like whatever you need, whatever you're missing. Clear quartz is used a lot in crystal grids because of that. I like to, when I'm going to get ready to build my crystal grid, I like gathering all this stuff. Now, when I go to build it, I may not use everything. I don't know if I'm going to use the selenite because it's kind of big and bulky. And, you know, when I was going through finding stuff, I felt like it'd be good on there. But now that I'm looking at it, it just doesn't fit the feeling. The cinnamon sticks are they're kind of gonna, I guess, maybe get used in place of the selenite. I don't know yet. We'll see as we go. Just do what feels right to you. You don't, if you're building a prosperity crystal grid, you don't have to use what I'm using. This is what I feel right now works for me. And it may not, like I've said before with other crystals, what works for me may not work for you. And what works for you may not work for me. Oh, yes, don't consult Instagram or Pinterest. You'll get more frustrated and spend a lot of time and money trying to make it look perfect. It doesn't have to look perfect. All right, so let's start to lay something out here. I kind of like this smaller tiger's eye, and I kind of like the jades right there with those. Let's see. I definitely want the citrine and the pyrite. Since they're little, they went to the bottom. And the aventurine. I pulled out a lot of carnelian for some reason. Okay, so these ones I definitely want in. So I'm going to kind of scoot everything else off to the side. All right, let's go with the bigger ones first. It's easier if you put in your bigger ones first. Oh, I don't want that one. I want the aventurine. And look, see, I've got, this is green aventurine and this is green aventurine. They're both the same. They're different colors, which is kind of bugging me, but they're fine. It'll work just fine. And then, let's see, let's add the carnelian in these spots. And then, let's see, where do I want to add these little ones? Oh, see? I think that looks perfect. I don't want to put, I don't even think I'm going to add the cinnamon or the star anise. I think, let me look at something. If I put the star anise like this, do I hate it or do I like it? I kind of like that. think I'm going to add the cinnamon sticks, which is funny because I was sure I was going to add. I don't think I want the star anise either. I think I just want it like that. See? I think it's perfect. I like that. I like that a lot. So, okay. Now, we've got it all laid out fairly quickly, and I'm happy with it, which surprises me. I thought that was going to be a lot more painful. So now we activate it. I like to use, which one is it? This one. What you're going to do is you're going to bring all the energies, connect them all and get them working correctly, or working together, not correctly. I like to use a clear quartz point. Some people use wands. You can use your finger. Just whatever you feel right using. I really like this one. So we're going to connect all the crystals. And while you're doing this, you're going to focus on your intention. So I'm going to focus on prosperity, what that means to me, what I want that to look like, stuff like that. So I'll start here in the center and just follow the lines. So I can go and bring them back one by one. We're going to go out. And then from here, we'll go bigger. Bring in the citrine and the pyrite. Oh, wow. Okay. There's like heat coming from, that was, whoa. I've never felt that before. Okay. So then I've connected them all to the center. So now I'm just going to kind of connect them all to each other. Go around a few times and bring them into the middle. Oh, that's crazy. I keep getting, once in a while there's heat like coming from them. And then bring them to the center. Okay. That was, wow. I don't know how to, I've never felt that before. There's like, when I'm going over, like right here, I can feel heat coming up. But then when I stop, the heat goes away. That was crazy. Oh my gosh. I got goosebumps. Okay. So I'm going to do that a few more times. Just connect everything. And to me, to you, it's probably going to look like I'm just randomly going over them. But I'm focusing on the citrine connecting in the pyrite. Okay, I feel like those are good. That was that was interesting. I've never felt that before. Um, so when I first started activating it, as I go over them, they felt really, really warm. Like I could feel heat coming up. That was crazy. And as I connected them all, the heat got less and less and less. And then when I could just barely feel the heat, to me, it felt like they're all connected. They're all ready to work together. They're ready to help. So that I'm feeling much more confident in my crystal grid work than I did when I worked with crystal grids before. And that kind of validated, I don't know what to say. That kind of validated to me that it's working, that it's going to help, that I'm good. We're good. I don't know what to do now. I'm kind of, that was crazy. So, from here, now you should have already had yours in the spot where it's going to be. I highly recommend that. I'm going to have to move mine to the spot where I think it's going to work. I'm kind of discombobulated now. That was sort of an intense thing. And I'm a little, I don't know. My brain is kind of all over the place right now. So anyway, I'm going to have to move mine. And when I move this, I'm going to activate it again. Just because I'm moving it, so that kind of the energies are going to get moved. Also, you can, just whenever you feel like it, I wouldn't say do it daily or even weekly. I say probably about monthly. If you want to go over and redo that again, I think monthly would be fine. I think anything less than, I don't think that's needed. But if monthly you want to go through and do it again. Now, how long do you set this up? If you only need it for a month, if you're focusing on something for a month, that's fine. You can, after a month, take it down. When you take it down, you're going to you want to thank the crystals for helping, the energy. Don't just take it down and put everything away. Show your gratitude towards it, that you appreciate what they did. Cleanse them. Before I did all this, I also cleansed them, and we just had a full moon, so I charged everything under the full moon. Even the stuff that I'm not using, I charged it under the full moon. And then when I feel like I'm done with this, I will do the same thing. I'll cleanse everything I just use incense smoke, and I'll go ahead and charge them under a full moon again. Now, since you're not really going to be, you can't really move these out to charge under the full moon every month. Using the clear quartz, reactivating every month kind of helps with that. And also, if you want, you can set selenite, around the outside, and that kind of will act as a protection too, that keeps people from messing with it. What else? One thing I would like to do, but I'm not going to, just because it's going to be kind of in a busy area, is I'd like to sprinkle basil. I like using basil a lot for prosperity and manifestation and abundance work. But because of where this is going to be, that loose basil is going to get blown around, and I don't want it messing stuff up, and I don't want the basil blowing everywhere and making a huge mess. So that's the only thing I wish I could change, is to sprinkle a little basil in there, but I'm fine with it. I really like this. So if you have any questions whatsoever, be sure to post those in the comments. If you've set up a prosperity crystal grid or any other crystal grid, join the Positive Energy with Crystal's Facebook page and show pictures. You can't show pictures in the comments here on YouTube, but you can on the Facebook group. And I want to see what you've done. And it just share what, if you're comfortable with it, share what you've done, share what you've come up with. And if, like I said, if you've got any questions, put those in the comments, and I will see you next time.